Your mind never stops because it is weak. It keeps moving because it was designed to scan threats, patterns, and possibilities long before others even notice danger. They called it overthinking. They called it a flaw. They never called it what it really was. There is a memory of sitting in a classroom, eyes fixed forward, while your thoughts raced ahead of the lesson. You already understood the ending, the mistake, the missing piece. The teacher kept talking. You drifted. They marked you distracted. That was truth one beginning. Overthinking is early pattern recognition. ADHD overthinkers do not think more. They think earlier. Your mind runs simulations before permission is given. While others wait for evidence, you sense outcomes forming quietly beneath the surface. You learn to doubt this gift because it made you different. There was a night when sleep refused to arrive. Darkness pressed in. Thoughts replayed every choice, every word, every unfinished task. Shame whispered that something was wrong with you. You lay there tense, exhausted, alert. Truth, too, surfaced there. Overthinking is unresolved responsibility. Your brain does not release until it believes danger has passed. Unfinished loops feel like open wounds. You are not anxious. You are unfinished. There is a childhood flashback of caring too much, feeling moods shift before words changed, knowing something was wrong before anyone admitted it. You absorbed emotions that were not yours. Truth 3 reveals itself. Overthinking is heightened emotional intelligence. You read rooms instinctively. Tone, silence, timing. That sensitivity once overwhelmed you. It now waits to be sharpened. You were told to calm down, to stop feeling so deeply, to stop thinking so far ahead. Each time you obeyed, something inside dulled. There was a moment of betrayal. You trusted someone despite the warning signals. Your mind flagged inconsistencies. Your heart hoped. The outcome confirmed what you already knew. Truth 4 cut deep. Overthinking is intuition ignored. Ignoring your mind hurt more than listening ever did. Then came the psychological break. Burnout. Fog. A period where thinking slowed painfully. You mistook silence for healing. It was self-protection. Truth 5 emerges here. Overthinking shuts down only when overloaded. Your mind did not fail. It pulled the emergency brake. Rebuilding began quietly. Writing thoughts down. Slowing decisions, giving your mind containers instead of cages. The noise softened. Clarity returned in waves. There is a symbolic image of a storm contained inside walls of steel. Thunder still exists. Damage does not. Truth 6 becomes clear. Overthinking becomes power with structure. Structure is not restriction. It is direction. You stopped chasing normal. You stopped comparing speed. You started honoring depth. Something changed in how you moved. Slower, heavier, certain. There is a lonely walk you remember. Cold air, steady steps, thoughts aligning naturally. You felt grounded for the first time in years. Truth 7 rises last. Overthinking is leadership energy. Leaders think ahead. They anticipate collapse. They feel weight before impact. You were never meant to live lightly. They underestimated you because you processed silently. They mistook pauses for weakness. You allowed it. Storm imagery shifts now. Chaos becomes weaponized. Fire becomes forge. Steel forms patiently. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You were built different. These truths were never taught to you. They were learned through exhaustion, shame, and resilience. Through nights awake, through mistakes survived. The pressure will rise from here. Understanding alone is not enough. Application is coming. Hold steady. The storm is not done speaking. Understanding without integration creates frustration. Truths alone do not change identity. This is where ADHD overthinkers either rise or retreat back into familiar chaos. Part 2 begins where pressure returns. There is a memory of realizing too much awareness can become paralysis. Options multiply. Outcomes branch endlessly. You hesitate. Not from fear, but from responsibility. You see consequences others miss. That hesitation was misread. Truth 8 reveals itself quietly. Overthinking delays action only when values are unclear. When purpose sharpens, movement follows immediately. There was a moment you remember standing at a crossroads. Two paths, one easy, one aligned. Your mind ran both timelines. The aligned path carried risk. The easy path carried regret. You chose alignment. That decision cost comfort. It gave peace. Overthinking does not disappear with courage. It organizes itself around meaning. Your mind demands a reason before it commits energy. Once given, it becomes relentless. There is a symbolic scene of arrows scattered on the ground. Energy everywhere. Then one target appears. All arrows align. Precision replaces panic. Truth 9 locks in. Overthinking becomes focus when intention is singular. You began testing this unknowingly. One task at a time, one outcome written clearly. The mental noise softened. Flow emerged. There is a night you worked deeply without exhaustion. Time slipped unnoticed. You finished clean. No crash followed. That was alignment. Emotional intensity integrates further here. Feelings stop hijacking direction. They inform it. Anger signals boundary violations. Sadness signals misalignment. Excitement signals truth. Truth. 10 surfaces. Overthinking translates emotion into data. Most people suppress feeling. You decode it. There is a flashback of someone dismissing your sensitivity. You internalize that judgment for years. Now you recognize it as projection. Sensitivity detects fractures early. Your empathy sharpens strategic thinking. You anticipate reactions. You adapt language. You avoid unnecessary conflict. You move quietly but decisively. There is a meeting memory. Tension thick. Others clashed. You waited. When you spoke, resistance dissolved. You addressed what everyone felt but could not name. That was emotional intelligence deployed. Then comes the next betrayal. Someone exploits your openness. You feel foolish. Shame resurfaces briefly. Truth 11 hardens you. Overthinking must be paired with boundaries. Empathy without protection becomes self-harm. You learn restraint, silence, distance, selective access. Overthinking now evaluates people, not just ideas. There is a lonely phase here. Fewer connections, more clarity. You miss noise. You do not miss confusion. Storm imagery evolves. The storm moves with purpose now. Controlled destruction clears dead ground. Truth 12 anchors. Overthinking is dangerous only without discipline. Discipline does not mean suppression. It means command. You begin building rituals, morning capture, evening release, physical movement to ground mental energy, recovery scheduled, not improvised. Your mind relaxes when it trusts leadership. There is a memory of exhaustion not turning into collapse for the first time. You rested intentionally, returned stronger. That was self-respect. Comparison fades further. Others move faster. You move truer. Their urgency burns out. Your consistency compounds. Truth 13 settles. Overthinking thrives on patience. You stop forcing speed. You let depth work. Outcomes improve quietly. People begin noticing results without seeing effort. They ask how. You do not explain. Silence becomes armor. Pressure increases again. Stakes rise. Overthinking intensifies briefly. Testing structure. You hold. There is a final image of standing above a map, seeing routes others cannot. You choose the path that avoids collapse. Success feels inevitable, not dramatic. This part closes with tension rising. You have learned to organize the storm. Next comes mastery under fire. Mastery is revealed when pressure tries to reclaim the mind. This is where ADHD overthinkers either fracture or ascend permanently. You already know which path you are on. There is a moment you remember when everything converged. Deadlines, expectations, eyes watching. The old chaos tried to surge back. Thoughts multiplied. Outcomes branched. The storm rose. This time, it did not control you. You did not rush. You did not freeze. You aimed. Truth 14 completes the cycle. Overthinking becomes mastery when you trust yourself. Trust was the missing element all along. There is a symbolic scene of standing inside the storm, unmoving, while everything spins around you. Rain cuts sideways. Thunder cracks. You remain centered because you understand the storm now. You built it. You command it. You no longer ask how to stop thinking. You decide where thinking goes. There was a night where pressure should have broken you. Instead, you slept calmly. The mind ran quietly, processing in the background, confident in the system you built. That calm is not emptiness. It is authority. Truth. 15 settles deep. Overthinking is a mind that refuses shallow living. You were never meant to skim life. You were designed to dive. Your depth once felt like a curse because the world rewards speed, not precision. You paid the price early. Confusion, shame, isolation, exhaustion. That price bought mastery. There is a flashback of being underestimated again, a subtle smile, a quiet dismissal. You recognize it instantly. You say nothing. Later, results speak with clarity that words never could. Truth 16 sharpens the blade. Silence amplifies intelligence. You stopped explaining yourself. You stopped defending your process. You stopped shrinking your mind to fit smaller rooms. Rooms adjust now. Your emotional intelligence reaches maturity here. You feel deeply without drowning. You connect without losing yourself. You lead without dominating. There is a memory of someone opening up to you unexpectedly. They felt safe. They felt seen. You listened without absorbing their weight. That balance was learned through pain. Truth 17 locks in. Overthinking paired with boundaries creates leaders. You now recognize cycles early, burnout signals, emotional overload, mental saturation. You respond before collapse. Recovery is proactive. Focus is intentional. Energy is protected. Storm imagery transforms one last time. The storm becomes weather you forecast, not fear. You move with it, not against it. There is a dawn image again, not dramatic, certain. Light spreads evenly. You step forward grounded, alert, ready. You are no longer surprised by your mind. You honor it. Truth 18 completes the myth. Overthinking is the mark of those built for strategy, not survival. Survivors react. Strategists anticipate. Your past suffering reframes itself now. Every sleepless night sharpened awareness. Every emotional overload expanded empathy. Every mistake refined judgment. Nothing was wasted. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You were built different. Different minds carry different responsibilities. Yours carries foresight, depth, emotional intelligence, strategic patience. You no longer envy simplicity. You respect it, but you do not desire it. Your path requires depth. There is a final internal shift where guilt dissolves. You stop apologizing for thinking. You stop minimizing insight. You stop fearing your own mind. Acceptance becomes power. Truth 19 rests heavy and final. Overthinking becomes wisdom when integrated fully. Wisdom is calm knowing under pressure. You walk forward now without seeking validation. You trust your perception. You refine your systems. You lead yourself first. The storm no longer rages. It waits for instruction. Your mind is no longer a battlefield. It is a command center. Subscribe for more.